Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my crackhead update. It's a park not too far from where I live. And I was over there walking. And some youngsters was hooping. So I stood around and watched the basketball game. Had another crowd over here. They were shooting dice. And a guy walked up. And one of the guys got up and pulled a gun out on him and cracked him upside his head with a pistol. He allegedly owed him some money from a previous dice game. Supposed to went home and got the money and he never came back. Man, this dude, man, every time he'll hit him, he used to say, man, where's my money? At first he tried to play dumb. You mean I owe you some money? He hit him with that pistol. He said, man, on my mama, man, I'll pay you, man. On my mama, man. On Crip and everything, man. You see him throwing up. Boy, he went to doing all the Crip gang signs. Oh, he just throwing. He said, man, you see him hitting you up, man. I'm going to pay you, man. So he hit him again. He said, man, on my mama, man, you ain't got to shoot me or nothing, man. I go get the money right now. They say, I'm just listening at this clown, man. He don't know how pitiful he sound. Everything is on his mama. Your mama ain't had nothing to do with you owing this other guy some money. And you so dumb you think he done forgot and come right up to that park where you know he hang out at. I said, man, they finally, police drove by. That was a good excuse he needed. He started walking off real fast when he seen that Dallas police car. You know, so he hit them apartments and disappeared. Man, he sound pathetic, man. Everything is on my mama. Man, I know you're going to shoot me, man. On my mama, man. On my mama. Oh, illiterate ass fools, man. That's my crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out and let's get ready to ride. I need my likes. Y'all don't start slacking on them likes. You bullshitting. I need my likes. I'm going to pose a hypothetical question to the YouTube audience. Say, for instance, well, I'm going to use my situation. Every time some money is deposited in my bank account, I receive a text. Say, for instance, you receive a text and $1.5 million has been deposited in your account. What would you do? Notify the bank, spend the money, withdraw it, place it in another bank account? What would you do with the $1.5 million? You ain't stole it, but they made a mistake and deposited in your account. Morally, you know it's wrong. You don't actually own that money. What would you do? Let me know in the comment section. The subject matter in this video is going to be a guy named David McWhorter. Me and him was at the East Ham unit, a white guy. And we work in the same field squad. And anybody who's been at the East Ham unit back in the day, they'll know who Motor Mouth is. His name is Captain Shepard. But all the inmates call him Motor Mouth because he talks shit all the time. And we was working, well, me and him was talking. We didn't live on the same cell block. We was talking on the trailers, and he only had a 10-year sentence. And he ain't going to be there but a minute, and he's going home. But some people just cannot handle being locked up. And man, me and him be talking a lot. And he told me he was going to skate. So this particular day, we was working down by the Trinity River. The Trinity River separates East Ham from Ferguson is on one side, Ellis is over on that same side, and the Estelle unit, which back then was known as Ellis 2, is over on that side of the river. East Ham is the only prison on the other side of the river. The Trinity River divide those prison units. So anyway, we was working in the corn. That corn is tall as hell. Some of that corn 8-10 feet tall. When we go in the corn, they take extra what they call high riders. They place people strategically around that cornfield in case you try to run, they can shoot your ass. And Motormouth, man, he a security conscious captain. He talk a lot of shit, but he prison smart. He inmate smart. It's gonna be hard to escape on this man because he pays attention. And every time we come out of the cornfield, we had to pair up and they count us. Then we go to another cornfield and work. And we come out to get some water, they immediately would count us. Make sure nobody is disappeared on. Anyway, this particular day, he told me to say, man, we go to that corn, I'm out of here, man. I can't handle this shit. I'm gone, man. And he wasn't having no problem. He one of them kind of guys. He was a young white guy, but a lot of people liked him. So he wasn't having no problem out of other inmates. To be at a hard-ass prison like that, he didn't have no problem whatsoever. Anyway, we was working in the corn, and we worked that morning. I guess he was just feeling it out, watching the security measures they use. So we went in at lunch. He just happened to be sitting at the table with me in the dining room. And we worked in A-line, which at East Ham, it used to be a segregated prison. And before they integrated all the work squads, we worked in A-line, which was known as the White Line. Now, East Ham got a lot of field workers. They don't allow all of them to come in at the same time. There's too many inmates. So we come in at different stages. I'm in A-line, and the garden squad, we come in together. B-line and C-line, they come in together. So we in the chow hall eating. He's sitting at the table with me to say, man, when we go back out, he said, yeah, I know he was eating a lot of food. He said, I don't know when I'm going to eat again. He said, I'm going for it when we go back out. So that evening, we turned back out at 1 o'clock to go to work. Go back to work. Anyway, we go back. It's a long-ass ride from the main prison building all the way down by the Trinity River bottom. That's about an hour and 10-minute ride with the tractor pulling all them damn trailers. And we got in. We called in. I was in 4-hole. And we called in, went to work. He came over there by me in the corner. He said, hey, man, I'm gone, man. You sure you don't want to come with me? I'm thinking, man, how is this man going to get away? They got 2 packs of dogs out here. Got 4 high riders. How in the hell is he going to get away? We got the Trinity River right behind us, and it run fast in that area. Man, that Trinity River be flowing. I said, man, how in the hell this man going to get away? But he was able to get away. Now, back during that time, if you turn yourself in, they wouldn't file additional charges on you. They just give you a internal disciplinary hearing. This man, he got away. He stayed out 3 years. When they brought him back, they did not catch him. He turned himself in. He said, man, I got a wife and kids. Had me a good job. Said I was doing good. Said I don't want to live constantly. I got to watch. Every time I see a cop, I got to get nervous. And I got fake ID, fake social security. He said, man, I got a wife and kids, man. I want to change my life. He was only there for auto theft. He had a 10-year sentence. I said, man, I was just listening to him. I said, man, he turned himself in. That was, well, you know, everybody see things different. And he told me how he got away. He said when he got down to the river bottom, he got in some mud. Because we came out, right when he said he was going to leave, about 20 minutes later, they called us out to get a water break. And when we came out, they counted us. And the guard noticed one guy is missing. So he called Motormouth over, Captain Shepard over, said, hey, I'm missing one. So they carry each inmate with a picture with your name and your number on it and a picture. So they had a roll call. He don't answer. So right then, he put out the alarm. We got an escape inmate. So they counted us, loaded us up, and brought us in. And Ferguson, Ellis, and Estelle, they're going to take the other side of the river, just in case he do swim across. They gonna have their dogs on that side. East Ham gonna have all their dogs over on the opposite side. And he said he hid in the mud. He said he found some deep mud. He covered himself with it. He said the dogs walked right on top of him and didn't smell it. And that's how he was able to go. He said he stayed there all night. And that night he swam across the river to a fishing camp. And from there, he said he found him a change of clothes, and he was able to get away. Because they come up with the theory, because that river runs so fast, there's a possibility that he drowned. And he said he made it all the way to North Carolina. Got him a fake ID, met this chick, and married her, got him a good job. He had 2 young kids. He said, man, I just didn't want to live on the run, man. He said, all they did to him at disciplinary, took all his good time away from him, and he had to continue serving that 10-year sentence, which back then they had the open door policy, where you wasn't going to be in prison a long time. He already had been locked up about 18 months. They were probably going to keep him 4 years at the max because of the escape charge and release him. But he came back. He got wired up into gambling. I guess he was thinking about his wife and kids, and they in North Carolina. She writing him, but she ain't coming to visit him. So he got to find something to pass his time away. So he started gambling. This man don't know shit about playing moon, poker. You got to play all these games with dominoes. And there's all kind of ways to cheat. Some of these guys been playing this shit 20, 25 years, man. They know how to cheat. And some of them is just really good at it. They've been doing it so long. So he started gambling and got deep in the hole. His wife would send the money to these guys' account to pay them off. But something happened where a guy didn't receive his money. When he came back, after he got through doing his solitary, they put him on the cell block with me. F line, south end of East Town. One morning we was going to breakfast. Hell, I still was working in the fields. We was going to breakfast, and I seen some guys. I lived on the 3rd floor, 3rd tier. I seen some guys down on the ground tier standing around. And I'm looking at these guys. You can sense when something just ain't right. It's early in the morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning. What the hell is you guys standing around for? Back then, you kind of had to mind your own business. East Ham was a dangerous place to be. You better mind your own business there. So I went to chow. We came back. Then I went in this guy's cell and hung him. The cold part about it is he had made parole. Getting ready to go home, man. He ain't had nothing but a few days to go home, man. Some kind of way, he ran his mouth too much, and those guys found out about it. They said, okay, you gonna go home. Some of these guys got life, 99,000-year sentence. They ain't going nowhere. You gonna go home on us our money, and you ain't gonna pay us. They ain't gonna tell us nothing. So they hung him. East Ham, the administration during that time, it was so dirty. They said he committed suicide because he got a Dear John letter. They had to cover it up because it's breach of security. How did these inmates, first they try to charge his cell partner with murder. Cell partner, he works in the dining room. He's not even at the cell when this happened. He went to work at 12 o'clock midnight to prepare the breakfast. So he's not there. They locked his cell partner up. They trying to cover it up. Because his wife started wanting to investigate how did her husband how did he hang himself? And they come up with all type of theories. They told her he just couldn't handle being locked up. That's why he escaped. He just couldn't handle it, so he hung himself. Now, those guys went in the cell. I ain't going to name them. Those guys went in there at cell and killed this guy. He'd have stayed free. He still would be alive. He done turned himself in, wanted to change his life, and he ended up dying at the East Ham unit. And he really was. I mean, everybody liked him. Everybody liked David McWhorter. He get along with the black guys, the Hispanic guys, the white guys. Everybody liked this guy. But when you start owing people money, that's a bad situation to be in. Especially when you're going to try to go home, sneak out of the prison. You ain't tell these guys nothing. Some kind of way they got wind of it. He ain't even told me that he was going home, and I talked to him occasionally. Occasionally, I don't loan him money to pay some of his gambling debts. And his wife send the money to my account. Occasionally, I done helped him out. He came to my cell one day. He needed to borrow $100. Back then, the coffee was $3 a bag, Maxwell House. And I gave him, I think, 34 bags of coffee. That would be $100 to go pay his damn gambling debts. And I try to talk to him. Hey, man, leave these guys alone. You're not good at gambling, dude. You got a wife. You got a family that's looking out for you. You ain't got to gamble. But just during that time was just bothering him. He trying to keep his mind off of his wife and kids. He ended up losing his life. Y'all follow me over on Patreon. The link is in the description. You like and subscribe. I need them likes, man. Don't cost you nothing. Hit them likes. And I appreciate you watching.